Carlington Radio, it would probably be the Groove Lounge. The hottest Saturday ticket anywhere. You're in the Groove Lounge. Probably the best Groove Lounge in the world. Every Saturday, 4 to 6 on CRMK.
Take the voice, but we won't need it. We'll just use it as a guide and I'll read it. Bill, so I'll cue...
Get it on. One.
I'll cue you for the breaks, so don't worry. And Kim Boom,
Do you when you look back, do you look at any of the missed opportunities, or do you think when you look back, for example, taking your example of the things being the best, if you look back at Electric Warrior Slider, Tanks, do you look back and say, wow, fantastic legacy to have left in the music industry?
Absolutely, yeah. I love the songs, I love the albums. I got no regrets about anything that I played on or I had any involvement with the band at all. I was there for 3 years, and no, I have no regrets. I mean, never the frustrations. I thought maybe I could have come up with ideas, but I mean, they are what they are, and all credit to Mark, because I mean, like, they hear it, and as they hear it, along with Tony Visconti, and fine, it's fine. That's just my own personal frustration. But when I go back and listen after years, it's gone now. I don't think of it like that, and it is what it is. Anything is,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if you could offer up one track, one Bill Legend track as a band's gift to the world, as a seminal piece of work,
oh man,
what would it be?
Oh, no, you're really asking me one there. Because I love a lot of album tracks.
Yeah, well, we all do. Just go for one. Yeah. Just pick one up, because I mean the intuitive ones. I
like Buick McCain.
Oh God, I love Buick McCain. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, I came up with stuff on that, which I just did it, and if I go back now and I have to listen to it carefully, I'll find out what I did. I can do it, but it wonder how I come up with what I did at the time, because I used to sort of I don't know, when I listened to the playing on that, it was like it's hard to describe really, but it wasn't a straight on beat sort of thing,
You've reminded me, actually, because I had James Marshall Black in the studio this week doing covers, and we were talking about Mark's guitar playing, because almost all of a sudden people are coming back and now sort of elevating his guitar playing back to where it was, as a top guitarist, and in particular, you've got Santana putting Get It On, Bang a Gong in his top 10, etc. How do you look back at Mark's guitar playing?
I think Mark got better and better. I mean, some people said, he only knows 7 chords, and what was Tony Visconti's famous answer? That's all you need. But the thing is, I think he grew from there, and I think he surprised a lot of people, and still does. Yeah. For example, Neil, the guitarist that I've been playing with, my pastor friend from Birmingham, he runs the St Paul's Gallery, and he's a top guitar player himself, and he's played with the likes of Eric Clapton and people like that along the way, and knows a lot of people in the industry. And when he had to learn the songs that we were doing, right, it kind of surprised him, amazed him, how effective Mark's ideas and playing was, and sometimes the simplicity of it is the best,
Yeah.
And he was really bowled over by Mark's ideas and the feel and the space. I'm not a guitarist, Bay. I don't know nothing about guitars. I mean, I know about them when I listen to them and what they play, but I wouldn't know how to play one. And I think, even my wife was surprised when she saw him perform at Wembley on the Born to Boogie DVD.
Yeah.
She was surprised at his talent.
Absolutely.
How he was, yeah. And she's not easily persuaded, believe you me, in that sense. She's a musician herself, but I think I think he's very impressive. You know, the thing is, Barry, Mark has looked at and grew up of all the music and guitar players and musicians that I did. You know, and I think he was influenced by each and every one of them, Hendrix, everybody. He wanted to put a little bit of everything into what he was, which is what I'm like in my drumming. I mean, I grew up with all the old blues and stuff, even the Shadows, and I still do rolls and feels that I learned back then.
One of my favourite drummers back then was Sandy Nelson, did you?
Sandy Nelson, yeah. I mean, I used to play Team Beat and Let There Be Drums and stuff like that, and I still do. I still go into Let There Be Drums at times just for a soundtrack, you know, and even Tony Meehan from the Shadows, you know, and Al Jackson from Booker T, who was my real mentor, you know, did all the soul and stacks.
Yeah.
And they, see, so Mark had that same upbringing with the guitar players, and he got every little riff off that Chuck Berry did, that Hendrix did, and he put them into all the songs. You know, you look at all the stuff that he wrote and came up with, and all those riffs. I mean, but he put, what he did was he put something of himself in it, which is what Mark was.
Yeah.
You know, he put something of himself in it, which is what was extraordinary to him and no other. But,
that's tremendous. Bill, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the Groovy Groove Lounge. The next question is really technical, so you might need to prepare for it. And that is one that everybody's asked, is how groovy is a groove lounge?
How groovy is a groove lounge?
I'll give you a clue, it's very groovy.
Well, I'm sure it is, you know, but when I've heard this show, I'll tell you.
And would you like to say something to everybody, all of our listeners out there listening, and sending you very positive vibes at the moment?
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, the music there to enjoy everybody, and just to keep listening and enjoy it, and teach your kids, let your kids listen to it as well, you know.
Yeah, fantastic.
And,
keep it out there.
Yeah, I mean, just keep Mark's music alive, keep the legacy alive, and let's be thankful that we got all this stuff that we can listen to and enjoy it, you know. But one thing I will say, it's not the most important thing in your life. Just search your soul, okay? Because that's what Mark was doing, and absolutely. I'm sure that's what he wanted you to do.
Okay, well, Bill,
that's what I needed. That's what I always do each and every day in my faith as well. Because at the end of the day, that's all you've got.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Bill, it's been love to Julia, and thanks for arranging this. Thank you for doing this interview, and as we said before, when our diaries can connect, it would be great for you to come into the studio in Milton Keynes. Yeah,
I'd love to. I can keep in touch, and I'll come up there sometime.
Thank you, Bill. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much indeed.
And I'll give Julie your message.
Yeah. Okay, Bill. All the very best.
Well, you can bump and grind because it's good for your mind. Tune in to Groove Lounge to let it all hang out, baby. The show sponsored by Easy Action.